take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing up tall, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth. Yeah, paying our dues. We making the news. Yeah, we hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules. We're gonna take on the world. 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 We're gonna take on the world.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nilesh Mathure. I'm one of the co-founders of SaaS Tribe. And today we have a very exciting session planned with the founder of Teliportme, Vineet Devaiah. So Vineet, I'm sure a lot of folks know Vineet from the community. He founded Teliportme in 2011. So his company has been around. I'm pretty sure he has a huge amount of customers, some big corporate customers, as well as using his platform, as well as end users like me, you, as well as some of the more established businesses. So without any further delay, I'm going to bring Vineet on and we're going to ask him about Teliportme, talk to him about his platform. Feel free to ask any questions, as well as he's going to give a quick tour about how you can go ahead and use his platform to build a profitable business. So, hey, Vineet, welcome, and thanks for joining us
Nilesh.
today. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining. And
I think this is the first time I'm coming online with you, but I've been on the chat a couple of times,
yes,
so
yes,
it's good to be here.
yes, and you do quite a lot of live streams yourself, don't you? I've seen your live
Yes,
streams.
yes. Yeah. I mean, I've done one, two. One with I've done two live streams. So not that many, just two.
Okay. Okay.
And mostly to what you call promote the LTD and promote the agency plan, especially during like the closing time.
Yes.
In this case, the LTD is closed, so there's no rush, there's no FOMO, there's none of that. So it's a little bit more, I would say, casual, I would say, and just wanted to reach out to you and never spoken to you, and it's good to be here.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Thanks for. It's my pleasure to have you on our live stream. So thanks for taking the time. And so, Vineet, let me start by a little bit about a
No.
background
Wait,
of. Yeah.
Nilesh. We said we are going to have alcohol on the live stream. So I don't know if you came ready.
Uh,
I don't know if I came ready because my wife just came back and maybe she got some beer for me. But no, she did. She did. So
oh,
uh,
I did not, but I can
you didn't,
always.
did you not?
I
Go
did
go get
not.
some, man. Let's have some beer or something. Let's go. Let's
Let
go.
me see if I can grab a beer quickly. Okay, just give me one
All
second.
right, sounds good, man. By the way, if any of you are listening, I think 9 of you are listening, go grab something. It's Friday evening for me here in France, so it's beautiful weather. I don't know if you guys can. Oh, it's really nice and sunny, so we should be all enjoying some beer.
All right, so
My
here
wife
I
got
am,
me some.
always ready
My
for some
favorite beer.
beer.
It's called Shoof.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
1 second here. Cheers.
Mm.
It's 11:30
Oh,
in the morning, but it's Friday, so
it's
you know
Friday.
what?
It's Friday, man. It's Friday.
And Vineet, you're based in France right now. Are you based in France? Are you there for work, or what's going on?
Well, I am based in Luxembourg for the
Yeah.
most part, but I am not as rich to afford as an entrepreneur rent in Luxembourg. So I kind of move around the world a little
Okay.
bit. So it's a good excuse to not stay in one place. That I can't afford a place in Luxembourg, but it's also that I like moving around. And right now I'm in France. I was in India for 4 months. I got married early
That's
this
right.
year.
That's right.
Yeah,
Heartiest
yeah, yeah.
congratulations. How's married
Thanks,
life?
man. I should be asking you. You're the pro at this. You know. For me, it's just been 3 months and it's been great and yeah, so far so good.
Oh, that's good. I'm not married.
Oh, you're not? Oh,
No.
I just assumed. I just assumed. Sorry, my bad, man. My bad.
No, I'm not. Just more married to my work and stuff. But
Okay.
there you go. But hey, cheers to that and heartiest congratulations. And
Thanks.
so. Does your wife work with you, or is she a developer? Does she have a role to play in Teleport Me? I mean, of course, she has a
Uh,
big role to support
yeah,
you,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Yeah, she helps me out with some stuff, but she's right now doing her MBA from University of South Carolina. So
Okay.
she's right now with me, but she's gonna go for her internship at Dell
Okay.
in 2 weeks, I think, one
Okay.
week,
Okay.
and then I'll be single again. So we both can come on the live as single men in 2 weeks.
Okay. 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 All right. So, let's talk a little bit about Teleport Me.
Sure.
You started with a mobile application about building panoramic sort of like tours, and
Yeah.
got a quite a good response because you were the first one to build it. That's what I gather based on what you've shared. So tell me a little bit about how did you go ahead, or how does this idea come about? In
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how much time you have. It's a 12-year-old company, so
yeah,
there's a lot of history. But we started off just my co-founder, who now is running this company called Postman. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's I think a $10 billion company uh, or bigger. So we both started this company back in 2010 with sort of a very grand vision of mapping the world. We said that AR and VR is coming soon. This is back in 2009. We're
yes,
like, yes, AR and VR is the future. And for augmented reality to work in real life settings, which is if you're walking down the street and you want a a device to recognize what you're seeing and tell you what you are seeing, and for you to interact with, you need to have a, a mental image or a uh, just basically a street view. At that time, street view was not there. So we said, okay, can we get people to submit photographs and then build a model out of it? So that was the initial sort of thing. And the name of our company at that time was phototour.in.
Okay.
That was the name of the product. And we had built some very phenomenal technology that we didn't even know was phenomenal because we just built it to serve the purpose.
Yeah.
And I remember we were on one of the forums of NVIDIA, and NVIDIA had just released their GPUs. So this is kind of old, right? So they had released the GPUs,
Yes.
and we had a question, and so we went on the forum and we are like, "Hey, check this link out. It's not working. We're having a bug." And one of the developers from NVIDIA just reached us like, "Man, what is this? Like, how are you guys doing this? Like, it's crazy. Are you guys using NVIDIA?" We said, "Yeah, we're using NVIDIA." And then they invited us to the Valley
Okay.
and said, "Listen, we really need to showcase the stuff you're doing because this is just incredible." And what we were doing was we were stitching photographs real time on the server, which at that time was incredible. It even today is very incredible.
Yeah, I
And
bet.
so we were doing that on the server
Yes.
at that time. And so they invited us, and we uh, I'm going to cut the story short. So we went to the Valley, and then we said, okay, this can be a company. We met a lot of smart people. They all wanted to invest in our company, and then we moved from that to a panorama app because we wanted people to capture and submit photos and build that sort of Wikipedia meets Google Street View product.
Yeah.
We really like, we were the number one platform for 360 photos that was not named Google till 2017, 2018. And even at that time, we had like a lot of momentum around it. But slowly, I, as an entrepreneur, realized that this is not going to work out. Either I have to sell the company at this point because we're not making money, um, or because the things that we wanted to do would
Yeah.
require so much capital.
Yeah.
And I was not willing to go down that path because I had seen that AR and VR is not coming in the next 2 or 3 years. So generally, when you raise money from VCs, you're timing the market, or you're trying to time the market,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
when I tried to raise money, I knew that the market is not there. I could say, okay, we have all these millions of users, we have millions of panoramas, we have all this data. I could sell the dream, but I knew the dream was not there yet. And so I took the decision of saying, all right, let's be real. The market is not here, so let's move to a more sort of stable business, which is virtual tours, more down to earth, more sort of uh, you know materialistic. I would say, like, pay and you get money kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so
You have to
in
monetize
20
it. Yeah.
yeah, and monetize. And so in 2016, so we went from a large data company to a SaaS company in 2016. We made that shift. Since then we've been building the virtual tour side of it. We still have millions of users who are using a lot of our servers,
Yeah.
and we fund our company. We're profitable to the virtual tour side of the business, and then so that's kind of how. So that's long story short. Yeah, very long story. But
That's a great story. So something like, you're talking about like something like AI, and AI is so prevalent today in the companies. I was reading a tweet the other day. There will be like two types of companies: ones which are using AI, and the ones which will not exist, kind of thing, right? So are you using AI, or do you have plans to do that? How does the virtual AI fit into your sort of like the virtual tour or panoramic photo stitching, or can you?
yeah. See, listen, man. I mean, AI is there everywhere. I mean, I
Hmm.
don't think there's a single company that doesn't use artificial
Yeah.
intelligence. The
Yeah.
question is to what depth they use it, to what
Yes.
they use it for,
Yeah.
and is that the core of their company?
Yeah.
We are an image processing company at our core, computer
Yeah.
vision company.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, no AI is useful without data. So
Yes.
the idea is that, all right, till we can have the data, we can always have the AI.
Yes.
Um, so Google's the best, the world's number one technology company, even
Yeah.
though people think it's Apple, is because they have all the data. They can do whatever they want, and no one's going to ever come even close to shutting down Google for a very, 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 very long time.
Yeah.
So it's a data thing for us, and this is again, one of the things that um, we moved to Luxembourg for a reason. One is obviously we had the help of the government to move us. They gave us some money to move, but also we wanted to be in a place where the data of the users is protected in some way by law. In the US, there's not much protection. People say, but it's not really protected. And what really happens is if you're in the valley and you're a company like ours, which is trying to build something that is, we've had multiple acquisition offers from Google. Like if you Google our name, Teliportme and Google acquisition, you'll find multiple articles about it.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is because we are the only company that does user-generated content up to 360, right?
Yes. Yes.
And for us, that's important, is that when people upload their content, we have never run ads on any of our content. We
Okay.
try to keep as much GDPR as possible.
Okay.
But with UGC content, it is not the easiest to do because people can upload what they want and however they want and all that stuff. And we are too small a company
Yeah.
to have extremely great GDPR for user-generated content. Obviously, our SaaS business is completely secure from that
Yes.
perspective. The UGC part of it is a little different.
And so when you say too small of a company, Vineet, how big are you? What's the size of your team? And you have intentionally kept it small, easy to manage, basically mostly technology driven.
Yeah, it's both. Like intentionally small is probably the right answer, but it's also we've been burnt. I told you this. Like we raised money, we've been burnt. We grew really fast. At the highest, we were about 35 people, and just hiring people and putting them into slots
Yeah.
takes far more effort than actually building the product and building the revenue.
Yes.
And we just decided that, so it is intentional in a way, but it's also because we wanted to focus on sort of the core part of it. We have a smaller team. During COVID, we let go of most of our team
Yeah.
because we just thought we would not survive. Like most startups thought they would not survive during COVID. And what happened to us was a huge part of our revenue came from travel. A lot
Okay.
of people using our app would travel and then pay us a subscription to use the high resolution captures. That was like a huge part of our revenue. And so when travel got hit, our revenues on that side completely plummeted. Like it went down like 92%, so it was almost,
Yeah.
and it was
Did it
tough, but
open
then
any
we
other
kept,
avenues though, like maybe
yes,
real
yes.
estate
So
or?
exactly. So it was death for three months, and
Yeah.
then the virtual tour side of it really picked up.
Okay.
So that was great for us. And now we have a very lean team because we let go of most of it, and we were super profitable because of that.
That's very good. So just want to acknowledge a quick folks here. Pamela is saying hi, cheers with my coffee. Probably too early for her to have a drink.
It's not too early.
Steve Bessler is here. He's saying kind of early for me to start drinking. Steve, well, depends on how early it is. Maybe if it's 9 or 10, you could always start one.
Steve's been a big champion. I mean, I have not personally spoken to him or chatted with him on DM or anything, but I've seen him talk about our product and how he thinks about the value of our product. So like, cheers to Steve, man.
Cheers. Cheers to that. So it's always good to see that you have a user community which is active. Like what percentage of people actually use the product who have subscribed or who have purchased Teliportme? What's the percentage of users who actually actively use the platform, Vineet?
Right. So our mobile app has about 2 million people a month coming,
Wow.
logging in, capturing or viewing or whatever it is. We have technically 20 million downloads, but obviously not it's not active, it's just downloads.
Yeah.
and 2 million people actively doing. On the SaaS part, I think it's about maybe 25 to 30,000 people coming in, logging into the platform every month.
That's very cool. And I was reading.
So these are paying customers, yeah.
These are paying customers, and these are. So
Yeah.
I was reading on one of the document you had shared that Zillow, you manage the backend for Zillow, right? So that's based on your
Yeah.
technology, your platform, like so.
Yeah. So we can finally talk about it. So
Yeah.
when things were kind of not going really well, Zillow approached us and said, "Hey, we'll acquire you." And we said, "We're not ready for acquisition, but we would happily build whatever technology you want and license, and you can license our technology." So when Zillow started their Zillow tours, so Zillow 3D tours, they call it, they really had no technology, and so they came to us and they said, "Okay, we also don't know if our clients and customers are going to use it." So we don't want to invest a lot of money and a lot of time building the tech, so we'll just license it from you. But they put a clause that for 3 years we can't tell that we are the technology providers because competition and so on and so forth. So
Yes.
we didn't realize that COVID was going to come, because when
Yeah.
COVID hit, we had so many companies come to us that we had to say no to because of this NDA with Zillow.
Okay.
But it's not a bad thing. They pay us a lot of money, enough to like pay developers and server costs. Most of it goes to servers. Most of it goes to Amazon. Sorry, Microsoft. Um, and yeah, so finally, I think February this year, the NDA expired, and then we are able to like now hopefully reach out to companies and say, "Hey, would you like to license?" But at this point, we just want to promote our own platform, which is what we are doing through AppSumo and agency plans and so on, all of these things, and really promoting the platform and being less of a technology provider. Because, well, while the technology licensing is good money, eventually, like, you're dependent on these like big sales cycles and having deep integrations, good and bad. Uh, we are still the only product that does capture on Android and iOS, so we always have that on our sort of back burner as the only company to do that. But yeah, so Ricoh is also uses our technology on the back end, which is a camera company.
Interesting. And what do they? So it's inbuilt into their platform or in their software, where you upload
Yeah,
pictures.
so yeah, right. So Ricoh Tours is also their own virtual tour technology platform. It's not as good as Zillow, obviously, because Ricoh is mostly a hardware company, not very good at software. They haven't, we try our best to give them recommendations, but they don't necessarily. Well, they're also a Japanese company, so it's very difficult to communicate and like, you know. But Zillow has done a very good job with their platform. Now they've added a lot of things that are not a part of our technology stack. They have added things on top of it.
Yeah.
They have really, because of the pandemic, they invested a lot of money into it. So I think their platform is really good at this point.
And have you patented some of this technology in it, or is there like a patents you have to pay for, or anything?
No, nothing. So we
Okay.
haven't patented anything. Patenting is a double-edged sword, right? Once you patent something, then you have to protect it.
Okay.
But if you don't patent anything, it's all like public. Like
Okay.
it's like it's trade secret is what we call it.
Okay.
So you don't
So
have to publicly tell anybody how you're doing it.
yes,
But once you patent something, you have to publicly tell people how you're doing it, and then
interesting.
you are more susceptible to lawsuits. But if you say this is trademarked, or this is like it's like what do you call it? Yeah, trade secret. Sorry,
Trade secrets. Okay.
not trademark, trade secret. Then you don't have to say anything. Yeah.
Fair enough. And so let's get into a little bit about the use cases side of things. You mentioned Zillow, completely different vertical from Ricoh. So what are some of the other use cases which you're seeing, right? Like who is using it? Like what type of user base does this appeal to, kind of thing, right? Corporates, like real estate,
Right.
the camera companies, what else? Yeah.
So we used to have two main portions of our sort of SaaS business. One is
Yeah.
photographers
Yeah.
or realtors that bought our subscriptions.
Yeah.
And then was the enterprise, which bought our technology. So these are the two parts that we were trying to grow. We are still trying to grow. But what has happened is
Yeah.
we wanted to explore new markets. So that's the
Okay.
reason why we became an AppSumo.
Yes.
Like we said, okay, virtual tours are becoming a huge thing. We need a distribution partner. Let's go with AppSumo, right? Because
Yes.
AppSumo has access to, I know a lot of people hate AppSumo, and AppSumo has its own quirks and everything, but no one hits agencies like AppSumo does, right? And
Absolutely.
so
Yeah. AppSumo, I've got a love and hate relationship, right? Like, I
yeah,
love the fact when there is a good application and when it helps businesses, it's great, right? But at the same time, there is like now, especially, I love the old AppSumo quite a lot compared to the new AppSumo, where everything from GPL plugins to legitimate, developers
yeah.
have to be on the same platform, right? I don't think that's fair, but I don't hate it as such. I just think there is a room for improvement. But
Yeah.
it's a great platform. Got you a really good exposure. How many
Yep.
customers did you add? May I ask, with the help of AppSumo, like how many new users were you able to
Yeah,
onboard?
I think about 2000 plus, 2000 plus, of
Okay.
which only 100 people have used the product. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But it's just a shelfware joke. We don't have a real idea of how many people have used it, but we did
Yeah.
get about 2,000 customers.
Yeah.
On an average, I think was like 3 codes each. So
That's very good.
we made, yeah, in total we've made from AppSumo, in the first AppSumo we did about, including purchases within our platform, we made about 150,000. Um,
Yeah. That's very good.
and that's very good. I mean, and the second one is we yet to have to see how many people upgrade, and I'm really dreading to send this email out. And I've been talking to a couple of people.
Yeah.
So we launched this agency plan, right?
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the agency plan later, but what happened was, when we did the first AppSumo, and we had no idea, right? We had no idea, how people are going to use it. And I have to give a shout out to Atlee. I don't know if you know Atlee, but Atlee was really helped me out in structuring the deal and seeing how it works, because I was just clueless. And we just got a lot of agencies come up to us and say, hey, we need this, we need that. So we said, okay, let's build this agency plan. Let's see what happens, right?
Yeah.
And we thought nobody would buy it. We just thought, I mean, it's too expensive. It's $800, and the lowest plan is $800, and the highest plan is $1,300. And what we did was we told all our old AppSumo customers, hey, you can upgrade to this agency plan whenever you want, right? So we just put it up there, and we allowed people to upgrade. And too many people upgraded, and so we had to like shut it down. Like, we can't have this many agency plans being selling. So I need to send out an email to everybody
Yeah.
saying that, hey, it's sold out, because I previously told, I'm a very no FOMO kind of guy. So I sent an email, say, listen, don't FOMO, like, just buy what you want to buy. We'll keep the upgrades open for another 30 days. Don't worry about it. And then everything just went crazy. So I have to send an email to them saying, hey, like, the thing is sold out, which is what I told you also, is like, there's no point coming, because like the lowest plan is sold out, and it feels a little bit weird.
So I think we have a potential customer here. He's saying, "School me." So
Okay.
I missed this deal. I can't believe I missed it. Tell him to bring it back to AppSumo one more time. So hey, school me. I don't know what's your real name, but I think what you should do is just contact Vineet directly. The more money which goes to the founder directly in their pocket, it's always a good thing,
Exactly.
right? So what you
Yep.
should do is, I'm Vineet. What's your email address? Where can they
It's
reach you
Vineet.
at?
It's Vineet at teliportme.com. That's Vineet at teliportme, teliportme.com.
Okay, so there it is. I hope you can see it. school me. So Vineet at teliportme.com. That's his email address. Just drop Vineet an email with your requirement, and I'm sure his team can take care of it. But don't wait for it to come back on AppSumo. If you have plans or if you have a need to look into virtual tours, then certainly don't wait. Drop him an email and he will get back to you. Okay. So with that, Vinit, so we are going to talk a little bit about your agency plan, and we're going to talk about how someone can build a profitable business based on Teliportme platform. And
Right.
I'm sure you are seeing some folks already doing it. So
Yes.
maybe you can give some insight in who is it for,
Excuse me.
how they can maybe get an additional share of their revenue from their existing customers and so on, right? So let's talk a little bit about it.
Sure.
Should we go back? Should we go to sharing your screen? Do you want to share some what the platform does,
Examples?
or just a
Yeah, yeah,
quick
yeah.
tour, and
Yeah, yeah,
then
for
we
sure.
can talk a little bit about the agency plan, use cases, and welcome anyone to ask questions. So somebody's saying, "Morning, guys. Sorry, I don't have your name here. One second. I will go ahead and." Okay, that's Lyle. Okay, hey Lyle, morning. I hope you're doing well. So Lyle is based in Dallas. Have you met Lyle? He does quite a bit of videos and live streams as well.
Hmm, I don't think so. Lyle, what? Lyle, I don't know.
Lyle Weber.
I
Yeah.
mean, Lyle, maybe if I see his profile pic, I'll figure it out. But
Okay.
I think I don't remember names, but I'm very good with faces.
Okay. So
All
I
right,
think
so
we have got your screen here. People can see it as well. So Vinit, let's go ahead. Yes.
so this is teliportme.com. Um, if you don't know what a virtual tour is, I'll give you an example right away. So if you go to Explore, you'll see this thing called Showcase. You'll see the demos. So go to teliportme.com, go to the demos. And in the demos, we have every sort of category. So real estate, hospitality, which is hotels, restaurants, so on and so forth, uh, cars, automobiles. This is something that we are working with a very big company that I cannot tell you at this point. Um, tourism, small business, pet stores, cycle stores, ice cream stores, you name it, and obviously education. Then we have some cool features that I'm going to talk about, which we could use for basically upselling your customer or increasing the experience of the immersive experience. All right, so over here, I'll just show you an example of a house. So apologies for the slow loading, because we're on live.
No worries. Yeah.
So this is sort of what you would call a 360 virtual tour. It is a 360 view of a place, and what we do is we provide a software where you can take these individual 360s using a 360 camera and then connect them in the form of a presentation. So we are essentially a presentation software for spaces. So if you want to advertise a space, if you want to create, and that can be both virtual, which is goes into the whole realm of metaverse and all of that stuff, and we can talk about that when required, or the real space, which is houses, hotels, restaurants, retail spaces, car showrooms, anything that you want or your client wants to showcase. So if you are an agency and you have clients, local businesses that are interested in showcasing their space, then our product is the one that you want to go with. So we're here, so you can see this presentation. We have things where you have text, you have, I think maybe I can make it full screen. So over here you have a text box, and then we have these things called hotspots. These hotspots are what lets you connect these 360 images together. So
Yes.
it sort of is like a walkthrough. So you click over here, you go into the living room. bathroom. You can connect it to a map, a floor plan.
Does it
And then
have
you
to
can
be
also
a
put in like
360
an
degree?
icon over here.
Does it have to be a 360 camera, or you can just have guidelines for taking pictures and stitching them?
Yeah, so this is taken by a DSLR, so it's not taken by
Okay.
a 360 camera.
Okay.
But I would imagine that any marketing person wouldn't have the experience of taking a 360 with a DSLR. So I
Yeah.
would always recommend just getting a 360 camera. Speaking of which, we have a great deal coming up with one of the upcoming new 360 cameras at a very, very good price. So we're going to talk about it soon once we have the real pricing. And so that's kind of what it is. It's like you create this thing and it's used for marketing, lead generation, and so on and so forth. Now, for example, let's take a coffee shop, right? So this is a coffee shop, high resolution images. You can this is actually an AppSumo customer, Cotswold 360. So if you click on this, it'll take you to Cotswold 360. This is an AppSumo customer, and you can see how much he's charging. So he's charging close to about 600 pounds
Yeah.
for one location,
Very
and he
cool.
probably paid us $80 for this thing, right?
Yeah.
For 10 tours. So you just do the math, right? And
Yes. Yes. But he also does all the photography and stuff like that, right? So there will be an expense to him.
photography. There's
But
an
it
expense to
can
that,
be a
yeah.
profitable to build
Oh,
on the platform.
extremely
Yeah.
profitable. I mean, look at the pricing, right? I mean, that's crazy. And he doesn't like the hosting is free because we host everything, so he doesn't. That's just pure money, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's true for anything. Like, so for example, I'm going down this now. If you're in tourism, this guy is one of the world's #1 photographers, Tony Redhead, and he is invited by places like National Geographic and BBC to go to like these amazing places.
Do you do like, so when somebody buys it, right? Like, do you have like sort of onboarding, which is self-explanatory? Do you like do some sort of an enablement for your potential user to go ahead and use your application in a proper manner, like any courses or anything of that sort, Vineet?
Yeah, we are building a more detailed course.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we have tutorials. We have a very pretty solid YouTube page that has a lot of tutorials. We have a help desk. We have live chat. So you should not have a problem. But I think our product is very, very easy to use. I wish I could. I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing. If I go into my messages, you'll see a lot of things. But uh,
Yeah.
just today, we had an agency owner who bought our product 2 days back, and then today he sold his first customer, and he said he had never used a 360 camera before. He bought the 360 camera. It arrived the next day. He went. He found a customer who turns out to be his friend, but still a customer, and was able to deliver a tour within 2 days. And he's never even heard of 360 cameras. So um, that just shows like the power of the platform. He was so amazed that he went
Yeah.
back and he commented on this thing that, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So in terms of ROI, right? It's one of the very
I
few
know.
products on LTD that you can make a lot of money on. And this is what I keep trying to tell people is like, all right, you can buy another productivity project management software or an invoicing software or
Yeah.
whatever it is, but it's not going to make you more money, right? With
Yes.
this, okay, you're investing in a camera, but you can sell this as, like, for example, this is a pet store, right? This tour
Very
is
neat.
about $300, right?
I'm
I mean,
actually
how many
amazed at the
local
quality as well. Like, are you doing something to the images? Are all these taken like
right?
professionally,
So
or are you color correcting them? Are you applying some LUTs and things on the back end? What are you
I mean,
doing?
so
Yeah.
one of the reasons a lot of large companies prefer us and a lot of top photographers. So if you go to any of the YouTube influencers and you see any of their videos,
Yeah.
you'll see they're using our platform. And if
Yeah.
they're sharing comparison between cameras, or they'll compare cameras, and they'll use something that we call as a split screen. I can show you this split screen. So they use our software because we don't reduce quality. So in terms of quality, it's the best in the market. I mean, I can say that without a doubt.
So are you
And
color
so
correcting it, like the image? Are you treating the image?
no.
Okay.
Ideally, like a lot of people say we should do it, but I don't think that's necessarily true.
Okay.
Because a lot of photographers just prefer what they capture to be seen, right? Because
Yes. Okay.
if you do something on your end, then it doesn't look like the way they captured it. And we most of our customers are professional photographers, so
Yeah.
we just don't want to, kind of get into that. So, I
That
mean,
says a
don't
lot
you?
about your product, though. Like if you have professionals using the platform,
Yep.
then for sure, somebody like an amateur like me should be happy using it, right? Like if
Yeah.
professionals are vouching for it. So
And then we have things like this, right? So this is the split view feature I've been telling you, which is used a lot by construction companies. So what you can do is you can take a before and after photo, and you can compare it like this. So for architects, construction companies, you can kind of see this aerial view. I mean, this is a drone shot, but this is a pretty neat feature that are actually, this is our most highest selling feature. People actually buy our subscription just for this feature. This one and this one, which is the magic embed. I'll show you this. So this is, so the magic embed, if you see, is what you can do is you can play a video right into it.
interesting.
And here, I'll pause it for now. And then you can use it for like even kind of putting images right into the 3D space. This is actually an image that I have sort of configured to fit as I don't know what you would call it, like a poster on the wall.
Yeah.
Or you could use something like this, which is a fireplace. And it looks within the 3D sphere, right?
It's very neat.
Now,
And who comes up with these? Like, so these are some of the features. Have you added, like, I mean, from 10 plus years, right? So I'm sure you've done a lot of enhancements over time. Like, do you have like an idea board? Like, who comes up with these ideas? How do you constantly go ahead
is this on
and
my end?
improve
Is
the
that
platform?
sound playing on my end or yours? Oh, one second. It's mine.
Yeah.
Some YouTube is playing somewhere. I have no idea. Can you hear anything? You can't hear anything, right?
I cannot hear anything.
All right, so that's okay then. All right, 1 second. Got it. Okay, cool. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no
I had some
worries.
YouTube just decide to start playing randomly.
So,
and then we have.
yeah, go ahead.
Sure, I'll show you this one last thing, which is the
Yeah,
virtual
please.
host. So the virtual host is where you can have a host inside. So you can have, someone explaining what it is. You can have someone for e-commerce, for real estate, for universities. It's used a lot in universities. So this is a feature that we think is really cool. So obviously with these features, you can think of it as a presentation software, right? Like we have a lot of features, a lot of things. You can add sound, you can add images, you can add videos, you can embed YouTube, you can embed websites. It's like a presentation software, and sort of everything is available. Like you just build what you want to build.
That's very cool. And how should we move into you know, before we actually move into the pricing part, I just have a question for you. So, is it pretty intensive to build this panoramic tours on the server side? Like, what kind of, like, you know, overhead? And I mean, is it kind of like, my question is, from a lifetime deal perspective, right? Is it sustainable and things of that nature?
Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest reason why we are not like the highest selling lifetime deal, right? So
Yeah,
our deal is very non-lifetime, if you may, because we
yeah,
have a limited space. What we say is, so we give you 3 GB of space. With 3 GB, we give you 40 tours.
yeah,
Um, the 3 GB you can get up to 90 tours of, or maybe more than that, live tours if you want, right?
yeah,
But once you consume the 3 GB, you have to buy more space from us. A lot of
yeah,
people complain, oh man, like space is so cheap, why are you charging us? And also them like, space is not the problem, it's the processing that's the problem. Every time you upload a panorama, we have to process it, and then it is available in a 3D or a 360 format, and which is very expensive for us. So
yeah,
it's not like a video or even a live video where it's basically, a JPEG, or for example, an MP4 is a very condensed version of an image or of a video. It's like you're not doing zero processing on it. It's like a compressed version of
yeah,
images. Uh, the way we do image processing is we take like one image and we break it down into thousands of images, right? And each of this, so I'll show it to you. I'll show you. Let me see.
I have a question for you. Do you know this company called Frame.io? It got acquired recently by Photoshop, right? Adobe acquired Frame.io. And what Frame.io is doing is it is enabling a lot of photographers to enabling a workflow, what they're calling it as camera to cloud, right? And camera to cloud workflow basically means like you can take your work directly from your camera to the cloud to collaborate with your team and things of that nature. So they're expanding their ecosystem. There's a lot of big companies using it, like Adamus and stuff like that. So I do a lot of like videos and like just as a hobby, like, you know. So my question to you is like, have you thought about integrating Teliportme with something like Frame.io or anything of that sorts, where you can take and expand this into a different type of customer base, right? Where now you can directly, with the help of Frame.io, enable photographers all around the world to directly work with Teliportme, kind of, right? And have like a collaborative workflow. Is that something on the cards? Have you, I mean, maybe just a random
Uh,
question, but yeah.
I haven't really looked at Frame.io, so I can't speak about it. But see, the issue with Teleport Me as a company, as a space, it's a very small space.
Yeah.
So we have to be extremely focused on saying no many times, and we
Yeah.
say no a lot. We say a not lower no a lot on collaboration, on everything,
Yeah.
because if we are not focused on the small space and wanting to capture it,
Yeah.
we will die. I mean, thankfully we're not dead yet,
Yeah.
because we have been extremely focused on results, and improving revenue, and getting ourselves lean, and making sure our technology stack is the best that is possible. But it is a very, very small space. It's not like email marketing. It's not like live webinars. It's not, these are big spaces. So
Yes.
there is opportunity to grow. So even if you find a partner that's gonna like take you and like give you access to 1,000, like, you know like we run Zillow's backend, and we still, I mean, our the number of tours is very small, significant to like any other like large platform. So it's not that so for us, we understand this as a limitation. We are not this is something, like I told you, this is something that I had to like really come to terms with, because as an entrepreneur, we had very lofty goals when you started off, and you really want to build a $1 billion company. Everyone is asking when you're going IPO. There was a back in time where in 2012 and 2013, people were like, we are the next Instagram. I was in the pages of Times of India, front
Yeah.
page Times of India, front page Hindu,
Yeah.
and you get all of these questions, and like people ask you, if you're an entrepreneur, everybody thinks you're Mark Zuckerberg. And there comes a time where you look at yourself closely, you look at the company very closely, you look at the space very closely, and you understand what is required for that space in that company. Um, and sometimes it's a bitter pill, and a lot of people can't take it, and they shut down their company, and they say, all right, we'll just go for the next big swing, the next big unicorn. And
Yeah.
I took the other approach, which I said, all right, I understand this is at best a $50 million space at best. Um, Maybe if I capture the market, it's a $20 million company. It's going to be slow, it's going to be hurtful, but this is something that I want to do. So we'll do it. And then if there's a phenomenon like the pandemic, which took the virtual tours from, X to 5X, and now it's
Yes.
back down to 3X, which is still a 3 times increase, but
Yes.
you know, there are going to be opportunities like that in every space
Hmm.
where things change, and we feel like maybe the next big thing is the metaverse if and when it comes, but when it does come, we'll be ready. And so that's sort of our the opportunity that we are thinking about. It's the slow grind, if you say, like all these people that go to the gym, they call
Yeah.
it the slow grind, which is like you try to get. So that's kind of where we are, and it's humbling. It's very, very humbling, because I don't know if you know this, Nilesh, but like I sold my first company when I was 15.
Oh, I
So
did not know that. That's
right,
quite
so
quite an achievement.
yeah,
When if you sold it at 15, when did you start building it?
uh, I don't know. It was very fast. It was like when I was 14. Acquisitions happen very quickly. I mean, this is
Yeah.
the thing you have to understand. But we could have sold our company, Teliportme. We started Teliportme technically in 2010, but it was called Bits 360 or Photo Tour at that time.
Yeah.
And when we incorporated Teliportme in 2012, and we had an acquisition offer of $30 million by Google in 6 months. So acquisitions happen very quickly.
Yes.
Businesses are built very, very slowly. So
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit, Vineet, about agencies, right? So because we are focusing on agencies, and I want to understand. So increasing your revenue share with your existing customers, right? That could appeal to a
mhm.
lot of people. Uh, how do you work with agencies? What are you doing for enablement so that they could use Teleport Me, find new customers, build business around on top of it, and then they grow, you grow, right? Like, what's your plan?
So, I
Yeah.
mean, the plans, take out the what I'm saying, but
Yeah. Yeah.
so the plan really was when we got into AppSumo. So just a little bit backstory is we said okay, and we went to AppSumo and said, listen, we are not interested in like a cash grab.
Yeah.
What we are interested in learning and building something for a specific type of market, right? And so if you look at
Which is quite
our deal is
valuable. I
not built.
mean, a lot of people need to realize this approach, like how important this is, right? Because what AppSumo has become for a lot of people is a quick cash grab and abandoning products and things of that nature. Like, you have been in the business for so long, so that's where people need to start thinking that you are committed to your business. So how can they benefit from it from such a committed founder, right? So yeah.
I mean, I mean, we hope to provide a lot of value. I do think we have outlasted most of the companies that come on AppSumo, uh, besides a few like deposit photos, something of that sort.
Yeah.
Um, so that was our clear focus. We understood that there is a massive market in marketing agencies or local agencies that serve our end consumer, which could be real estate or small business. And our initial plan, so our bulk of our revenue comes from small business that pay us $50 a year. All right. So that's bulk of our revenue, $50 a year subscription for one tour.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, how do we reach all of these mom and pop stores, as quickly as possible? And that meant that we have to partner, we have to build clear value for agencies, because agencies are themselves small businesses, mom and pop stores that don't have a lot of money. They are not enterprise.
Yeah.
With enterprise, you can sell them a seat for $100 a month and they wouldn't even blink an eyelid.
Absolutely.
So but that's very different for a small and pop store, which is like, and I've had these conversations with agencies where they ask me for a discount for $40. I'm just like, man, like, come on,
Yeah.
But I understand that because they may be an agency, but they're also like a small business that is trying to build their own revenue. And so for them, a subscription is very expensive.
Yeah.
Whereas
You
an
know why
LTD
it is
makes
so
sense for them.
easy to sell into an enterprise or a mid-market customer? Because the person spending the money, it's not technically
It's not
their
his
money,
money.
right?
It's not their
So,
money at all.
right, so
Yeah.
they are willing to pay, right? And somebody who has done a lot of like enterprise mid-market sales, they would not even like blink an eye to pay you $500 an hour for your services, but you go and try
Right.
to charge that same amount for days of work to a customer, and the customer will still ask you questions, right? So I mean, that's just because it's their money. So and especially after COVID and stuff, I'm sure there is
Yeah.
a lot more a necessity of penny pinching kind of thing, right? So
It's hot. All right. So I think for that reason, we built like an agency plan, which is an LTD.
yeah,
We said, all right, what can we do because we are not hurting as a business. We
yeah,
have very steady MRR.
yeah,
We have enterprise clients.
yeah,
Could we make more money? Absolutely. Could we charge the shit out of our customers? Absolutely. But we said, all right, let's build an LTD agency plan and see how it goes.
yeah.
That was really what we were trying. And this was again, all props to Atlee from Martech. I mean, I don't know if I can give a shout out to him
Yeah, of
from a
course you
different group,
can. Of
but
course. Yeah,
right.
I've never
Uh,
interacted with him,
right.
but seems like a nice guy.
He's part
Yeah.
Indian. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. Where is depends on where he's based, right? If he's based somewhere in the Caribbean, there's a
He's
very
from the
highly
Caribbean.
likely
Yeah,
chance, right? Like so,
yeah.
yeah, because of all the
Yeah,
former colonies and stuff, right? So, yeah,
exactly. And he always was pushing me like do an agency plan, and I was very hesitant about it. But then I sent out an email to all the old AppSumo LTD people and said, listen, we're building an agency plan. What do you guys want? We'll put it in it. And then
yeah,
we spoke to about 30 of them. We built an agency plan. I can show the agency plan if you want. And we built an agency plan. We had 3 tiers. So
yes.
I'll just show that 1 second. Share.
Okay, let me just go back to the sharing. There we go. Yeah,
There you go. So we built 3 plans. All right. Agency Angel, Agency, and Agency Plus.
yes,
And they're all LTDs. They're one-time charge. One is $1,300, $800, and $1,000. And it's 15 sub accounts. So you can basically upsell this to your customer, to 15 customers. You can have up to 200 tours that can be distributed within those. Actually, more me also. Okay, there you go.
yeah,
And I think anyone that's looking at an agency plan understands what this is. But what we saw was, and this is the thing I told you initially, is what
yeah,
I'm dreading is I sent an email out when I created this agency plan, and I told people we created an agency plan, and you can buy it from your dashboard if you want to buy it. And I didn't give them a deadline. I didn't give them anything. And when last week the AppSumo campaign ended, we had a flurry of people that just bought it. And I mean, we have sold close to like 150 plus in the last like 3 weeks.
Oh, that's great.
And
That's fantastic.
I, I don't think I think that it was too much. And so we had to shut down the lowest plan. We said, listen, man, we can't do it anymore. It's just too much. Because think about it, right? Like it's a 15 sub accounts. It's a lot of, and the worst part is I know that a lot of people are not going to use it, and I feel like some sense of like weight of that, you know.
So once they
It's
use
just too
those
easy.
150 tours, they have to. That's it, right? They can't. If they want to use it again, they have to pay for it.
No, so you can upgrade. You can buy a tour upgrade for $7 a tour.
Okay.
So the reason why this is profitable for us is we have capped on the space. So if you see, the space is capped, right? And the storage is capped. Every time you have to buy storage from us if you cross that storage. And the most important part is if your customer wants to go from essential to business, which is have that magic embed and all those fancy features, virtual host and all that, they have to buy the subscriptions. So the idea is we give you a lot of value up front. We tell you it's $1,000, you can get 15 customers, which is an easy upsell, like easy upsell for them for $20 subscription with the service and everything. And if your customer is very happy with your service, very happy with everything, and wants to when the customer wants to upgrade, your customer wants to upgrade,
Yes.
that's where we get the value. So our idea was to give you a lot of value up front, and then down the line, when everybody's happy, your customer is happy, you're happy, you made your money, you have made your ROI, then we come in and say, all right, we will still give you an affiliate commission, but you go to an MRR for us. So that's kind of how we structured it. A lot of people were happy, and we initially had only Angel and Angel Plus. That's the two sectors we had. But a lot of people that are initial customers, old, new, LTD, whatever, they said, are you guys thinking of getting investment or something? We would like to invest in your company. And then we told them, no, we're kind of out of that path for now.
Yeah.
And so they said, because at that time there was this, or even still today, there is this whole thing of crowdfunding, and there was this whole thing. And so they said, create a section for us where we pay you more. So if you actually do the math on these, you'll see that the agency Angel is the most I wouldn't say unprofitable, but least profitable of the three, right? Because it costs more, but it is the most selling.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because people want to have the optionality to invest in our company if and when we do decide to raise investment. So they're saying, all right, it's $500 more, but the limits are better, more tours. Plus, when and if Teliportme wants to raise money, we get the optionality to invest. So that's the reason for Agency Angel. So if you are an agency, you want to increase your revenue, you want a revenue stream. I definitely think virtual tours is a great opportunity because it's a direct sell. It's not a, it doesn't take too much of explaining to tell you. When a person sees your space, they want to use your space. Like when a person sees your nail salon, they know how clean your nail salon is. They know how big your nail salon is, and they will feel like going to your nail salon. And a nail salon is willing to pay you $300 or $400 for that. So it's a very easy sell, especially for local businesses, because most local agencies, their customers are friends or friends of friends. It's all personal connections, and upselling, subscriptions or virtual tours is super simple. And that's the reason why we had that kind of uptake for the agency plan. We didn't have much. If you look at our,
and this is available on the site. Like they can go directly on the site, or they have to contact you.
No. You have to contact me.
Yeah.
You have to contact me.
Yeah.
If you're an LTD, AppSumo LTD customer, then it should the upgrade from your dashboard is disabled because we sold out.
Yeah.
Because we had only that upgrade for the lowest plan,
Okay.
and we're doing stuff to like add it back again, and it was just last week, and we're still closing. We had to do the giveaway, all of that stuff. So we're like kind of catching a breath this week, and next week we're gonna have more stuff for people. So if you're interested in the agency, do definitely contact me, or Agency Plus, definitely contact me. And to come to this live, I was
Yes.
thinking, all right, what do I offer people? Do people need something that I can't offer them at this point? So I think that if someone wants the agency who is a part of your group, we open up like maybe 4 or 5 slots. They can contact me directly and say, hey, I was part of the live stream, maybe in the next 24 to 48 hours, and I would be happy to open up that let's say 5 slots for that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I've just posted your address here again for those who are interested, or maybe depending on where you are, whenever you watch the recording, just go ahead and contact Vineet directly. And Vineet, welcome to post your link, which you had shared with me on the live stream as well in both the communities, so people can go ahead
okay,
and get in touch with you, right?
sounds good.
Okay. And so as part of the agency Angel, do they get access to like a one-on-one session or anything of that sort? Like, are you
Yeah,
doing going to do
absolutely. No,
onboarding?
that's true for all. That's true for
Okay.
all. That's
Okay.
true for all the agency plans. You get a one-on-one session. Okay, so you get these are the key. It's all in the document.
Okay.
I think there's the one-on-one session. So it's a free weekly group calls. And honestly, I'm open to talking to anyone that wants to, succeed in this space. I was just speaking to somebody from the LTD groups. He's been trying to buy it as we were speaking, and for some reason his payment is not going through, and he's messaging. He's like, "Man, I can't buy it." So that's why I'm just like, so there's a sale happening as we are talking,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. No. I think we should be. We are just past an hour. So
no,
if you
I'm okay to talk, because I think that he's not gonna like, not gonna run away and say, "Oh, this is not working. I'm not gonna buy it." But
okay. Okay.
I just think like that. He was at this point just trying to buy, and he just messaged me as soon as I opened my phone. I just saw his messages. Um, but yeah.
Okay. So free
So we have a lot
weekly.
of stuff. So we have like how to make money here. We have how to get the plan, use cases, what does agency angel mean, limits. So we've explained everything. We have an FAQ on how to resell. What do you do if you're a realtor, real estate agent, or you're a marketer? Why we don't have unlimited limits, why the limits are low, blah, 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 will be shut down. So a lot of detail has gone into this page. Obviously, I think I'll give you the link. You can share it, and
Yeah. Yeah, well,
because there's no buy
you have
link.
been around the whole community, so you sort of like have a very good understanding of what are people's concerns and what kind of questions
Yeah,
they have, right? So I'm sure you have addressed all those in your document. But
yep.
yes, more than welcome to post. I'll post a link. And another question I have is, since you've been started selling, are people already monetizing it? Like, I have a lot of people started to use it,
Yeah,
monetizing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cotswold guy was agency, so that means he bought it a month back.
Mm.
He's already got customers. There's that, like I told you, there's a guy. I don't think he got paid for it because he did it for a friend. I don't know maybe he got paid for it, but he just messaged me. Yes, like he bought it 2 days back, and today he sent me a link of the virtual tour he created. Let me see. Let me open it up. I'll show you.
Where in France are you based, Vineet?
Right now, I'm not. Right now I'm in Nancy. It's a very, very small.
Is that south of France
Right.
or?
Yes,
Yeah.
very close to Luxembourg.
Yeah. Okay. Well, must be
It's,
quite beautiful at this time of the year.
yeah, man. I mean, I absolutely love the summers in Europe. It's really, really nice. It's really nice.
Lots of wine.
Uh, no, I mean, I'm not a big lover of alcohol.
Yeah.
This is the only thing I really like. This is the only beer I truly, truly like.
Okay.
And if anyone that comes ever to Belgium, or it's called La Chouffe, this is 8% alcohol for a beer. So it's a very strong beer,
Yeah.
but it's very, very good. This is the only beer I drink. And some other Belgian beer, like Belgians know their beer. So if you're
Oh
from
yeah,
France or Belgium,
for
you've
sure.
done a good job with your beers. Yeah.
Definitely.
So I'm trying to find this guy's tour. One second. Um, okay. Oh, he's made it private. My bad, my bad. Sorry.
Well, that's
I
okay.
just looked at it and he's made it private. Yeah.
That's okay. Well, the biggest takeaway for anybody here is like, if you are looking to expand and monetize and look into other revenue streams, if you have an existing customer base or may not, if you're just looking for an idea, this could be very lucrative, right? Looking and building a virtual tour business around an existing platform which has been around for 10 plus years with such a committed founder. So I would highly recommend anybody looking to expand their horizons or just looking into generating an additional revenue stream to look into Teliportme.
And I just got a message, someone asking me, are you going live with Nilesh? So I think he's watching. Cristian Castillo.
Oh
Cristian
yeah, yeah,
Castillo. Eh,
yes,
you know the guy? He's from
yeah,
Peru.
yeah, yeah. I've seen
Uh,
him around. Yes, yes, I've seen him around.
well, he
Uh,
bought the agency Angel 2 days back, 3 days
oh, very
back.
good, very good.
Yeah. So, and he was really nice to me. And I lived in Chile for 2.5 years. And I was telling him that as an Indian, I don't know, Nilesh, how much you know about Chile, but their food is really bland. I love the
Yeah,
Chilean people, and they have excellent asados, which is like beef.
yeah.
But in terms of like their daily food, it's really bland. And the only thing that really saved me was like ceviches and
Ceviche,
Peruvian food. Yeah.
Peruvian food.
So
I'm a
like,
big fan of Peruvian food.
oh, huge.
I
Yeah,
really, really love ceviche and the Peruvian corn, choclo. I think it's called choclo.
yeah.
Uh,
Choclo.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
yeah.
I just love choclo.
No, I,
So
I, and I think Indians, Peruvian food like hits home, for
yes,
Indians, especially. Yeah, it's got the same sort of, it's kind of like Mexican food. It's got the same like jive, if you may. Um, and so I was telling him how much I loved Peruvian food, and the funny part was he was asking for a discount, and I said, if I ever come to Peru, I'll give you a discount if you like stuff me with ceviche for like 2 days. He's like, all right, you got it.
yeah. No, I like Toronto has a really good food scene and restaurants from all around the
Yes,
world.
yes. I mean,
Uh,
Toronto is very multicultural, like
yeah.
extremely multicultural.
Yes. And I used to go to San Francisco quite a bit, which is like San Francisco's got an amazing Peruvian restaurant scene. And I mean,
Yeah.
of course, restaurants from all over the world, but lots of really, really good restaurants. And I used to go quite a flight to San Francisco pretty much every week and go to San Jose because,
Wow.
but yeah, that's my weakness. I can talk about Peruvian food quite a lot. So let's change the subject.
I'm sure Christian will be very happy to know. I don't know if he's watching, but he did message me asking
Yeah.
if I'm live on with Nilesh, and I said yes.
Yes,
No.
that's good.
So if he's listening, to shout
Yeah,
out to him.
I think we are streaming it in the other group as well. I
Okay.
Yeah, and then we are streaming it on YouTube. So eventually we will get some comments and I'll tag you if there are any questions and that sort. But yeah, if there is anything else you want to cover, Vineet, go ahead. We can still cover it. I don't know how you're okay for time. I think we're just hitting like an hour and 15-minute mark. Uh, but
I have a little bit of beer left, so I can stay for a little bit longer. But I think if in terms of like just selling the platform and the plans, I think that the only thing I'll tell people is that I've been in the LTD space for a while now, and there are very few deals that will make you money. Straight up easy money without much. Like a lot of them are like tools to make you better, to run your business better, which
yes,
is great. But there are very few tools that can make you money and increase revenue and build you a revenue stream that is interesting.
yes,
And virtual tours is one of them, right? So like another marketing automation, email, the email, whatever, like sales email or email. I don't know. There's so many types of LTDs, and then none of them really make you money. Um,
I'll
and
tell you
so this
what.
is one of,
I'll tell you what,
okay.
Vineet. So I service customers specifically like hospitality as well as some mid-market customers. So I have a couple of customers who are big real estate brokerages, right? Like, I mean, and I also have customers who own like over 100 luxury hospitality hotel properties around like in Asia and
Wow.
in the world, right? So after this conversation, I'm going to gauge a little bit of interest, but let me see and connect you with some of the folks and see if it pans out. But my contacts are mostly related to network security and enterprise collaboration. So I work
Yeah,
with
you
like
told me we talked
Cisco
about it.
call
Yeah.
manager and contact center staff. So I'm not sure how much they can get entertain my idea, but I'm going to look into it a little bit for sure.
That would be awesome, man. That would be
Yes.
awesome, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah. My pleasure.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. So with that, I think we are good. I think we're good to close it off. Vineet,
Okay.
I really, really appreciate giving a quick overview of the Teleport Me. I'm sure we are just scratching the surface there. Lots of endless possibilities, but I'm sure people who have been watching can see what's the potential and not just the capability of the platform, but the sustainability and the longevity in terms of how long has Teleport Me been around and the commitment of founders like Vineet, right? Which one should really appreciate and how well you can monetize it. So
Thanks, man. Thanks.
with that, I thank you very much. It's a Friday evening for you, so I'm sure
Thank
you've
you.
got a date planned or something wonderful planned. And
No, man, I gotta get that sale done. That's the only thing on my mind right now.
okay,
But yeah, after that, actually, my wife did plan a date night today, and I was like, no, I have to go after this live webinar with Nilesh, so I'm sorry. So the date has been postponed to tomorrow. So I
my
have time
apologies.
for work, and then and she's also decided to make good food today, so I'm set, man.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, so thank you, thanks
Yeah,
a lot, Vineet, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm sure we'll do it again one of these days and talk a little bit more about Teleport Me. But I wish you the very best.
we should talk about other LTD deals someday. I am I'm a lover of the LTD drama and everything that happens in the LTD space. I'm kind of hooked. But I also come from the perspective of a founder, so I understand when I see a deal that is pure cash grab, pure like, this person trying to like just swindle people left, right, and center. It's very easy for me to see it. I think a
Spot
lot of
that,
people
yes.
don't see it. A lot of people don't see it because they are positive and they don't, because they don't see the inner workings of running a SaaS company that I do see.
Yeah.
And so I can really spot it. And I've done this mistake a couple of times, which people have pointed is like, I'll tell this deal is really bad, no one should buy it, and then I buy it. And then when the deal goes down, I'm just like, oh my God, I told everybody not to buy it, and then I bought it. So I think that's something that I'm gonna like focus on a little bit more.
Yeah,
And
we have a show, like we do like brews and LTDs around
I
Saturday
saw that.
or
Yeah,
Friday. So maybe we should do like brews and LTD bashing, you know?
bashing. Yeah, we should do that. I know this. There's a guy who's on your thing a lot. Ruhani, I think. He's a
Rouhani,
really nice
yes.
guy. Ruhani, I really appreciate some of the comments he makes, and he really goes in depth with a lot of software. I don't think he does it anymore, I think, but initially he was a little bit more active with sort of like digesting software that he liked. So,
Yeah, he's been
um,
pretty busy with his job, but I was actually messaging him, chatting him with him on my live, which I did yesterday, and might do a live stream maybe this weekend. So if you are around, welcome to join. But if not, there will be plenty of opportunities thanks to AppSumo, because there's so many bad deals out there, and thanks to all those
yeah.
people who are launching some really bad money cash grab deals out there, right? So there's lots to bash,
Yeah.
and we can have some fun, right? So
All
why
right, sounds
not?
good. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Nilesh.
Thank you so much, Vineet. So thanks again, and all the best. Take care. Bye.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
We gonna take on the world.